So today's video is going to be all about ways that you can have fun with beauty during quarantine. If you're anything like me, you are sick to death of being up in this house. And if you are anything like me, you feel a responsibility to listen to what the experts in this scenario are telling us to do, which is to continue to stay in the house. But this doesn't mean that it has to be awful. I think doing our part is crucial and we just kind of have to make the most of it. So in this video, I'm going to talk about a few things you can do to occupy your time, have a little fun, and hopefully you enjoy some of it. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Before we get started, I just filmed a video about facial devices that work, and it's either going up before this video or after, but even still, I feel the need to clarify that my chest is so patchy right now. I've been using my tretinoin on my neck and my chest, and even though I stopped using it on my neck and my chest over a week ago, that stuff is just no friggin' joke, and I'm still peeling. So my tan is doing all kinds of things akimbo, and it is what it is. Love me through it. As always, make sure you check the down bar for links to all my social media platforms. Come find me on Patreon, and let's just get into this. So the first thing that you can do when you are on beauty lockdown is purge and organize your stash. And depending on how big of a collection you have, this might be a small job or it might be a big old fat greasy one. And for me, it's a big one. Now, I will tell you guys, in my Facebook group, the people in there are so creative and really take this organizing their stash thing to another level. I mean, some of them do full-blown spreadsheets where they will put makeup products in it where they can annotate how frequently they are using them. Sometimes they make spreadsheets that indicate how long they've had them so they know whether or not they're hanging on to products that are long since expired, which is something we all should be aware of. I have like a tiny little bit of a purge that has like a different context in light of current circumstances, I guess. But there is a mini series, if you will, on my channel where I've been working on purging my makeup collection. I haven't finished it yet because, I don't know, the last thing I have left to really purge is lip products and like miscellaneous. I will continue the series if you guys would like for me to. But it is a good idea, I think, at the end of the day, to get rid of stuff in our collections that either we're not using or we've kind of grown out of and aren't interested in anymore. If for no other reason, it gives you an idea of stuff that you can probably stop investing in. So like, for example, if you have 5 colorful rainbow bright eyeshadow palettes and you purge 4 of them, you can bet your sweet ass you don't need to buy any more because clearly you're not using them. Also, it's a really good time to figure out what items in your stash or in your collection you've kind of forgotten about. There have been so many times where my current makeup favorites end up being things that aren't even new. It's just stuff I forgot I had or things I haven't really given a chance to like stretch their legs. And I'm always a big fan of the Shop Your Stash movement, big fan of Project Pan. This is a good time to really get in there and see what you got, because I don't know how many of us are out there buying a whole lot of new makeup in light of what's going on. So that's just one way you can utilize your time with beauty. And in a similar vein, but not identical, the second thing you can do to enjoy beauty while you're on quarantine is to mix up your beauty routine. Now, this could be about using products that you've not used in a long time or reinvigorating something into your stash, or it could simply be all those techniques that you've either wanted to perfect or try but haven't had the time to do so. I tell you guys all the time, someone will contact me and be like, I need to learn how to do a wing liner. I need to learn how to do lashes, whatever the case may be. And I tell everyone every single time, you cannot expect to learn an entirely new makeup or beauty skill the day you need it. So the example I always use is whenever I'd go out with my girlfriends in Vegas, we'd go have like staycations. There would be like 5 of us in the bedroom and all of them want me to tell them how to do their makeup for the event we're going to. And I'm always like, why are y'all trying to figure this out now? Like, you have to practice when you have nothing else going on. That is when you're going to get good at it. And a lot of us probably don't have a lot going on right now. So now is a great time to perfect your winged eyeliner skills, or to learn how to apply false lashes, or to change up your brow routine. I've recently learned how to do soap brows and I'm obsessed. I've had to sit down and make the time to do it, and I'm so glad I did because I love them. You can also take this time to learn how to try a completely different makeup style. I know that like heavy, I don't want to say cake face, but cake face makeup is super popular on Instagram and on social media, but there's so much beautiful, fresh face, glowy, gorgeous makeup looks out there. And maybe we haven't tried anything new because we just didn't have time. So now is the perfect time. I would pick a few 1 to 2 different styles or techniques that you've really wanted to hone in and just give them a shot once a day. Just give it a try. You don't have to buy anything new in this capacity. You probably have everything you need. Just try something new. You got nowhere to go. You got nothing to lose. By the time all this is over, you will emerge just a glowy, fresh-faced swan with a huge amount of new beauty tips and tricks in your back pocket. Pretty good way to use time if you ask me. Another way that you can utilize your beauty time. Another way you can get the most out of beauty while you're on quarantine. My third point. I think you guys should learn how to do a good facial massage. I am a big fan of facial massage. There's a million different types of it out there. You can do it with facial rollers. You can do it with gua sha, and always and forever, do it with your free 10 little digits right here. You can absolutely bust out an amazing, amazing facial massage. I will actually link a few down below you guys can check out. This is something you can do either just like you carve out a little bit of time for it, or what I like to do, especially if I don't have any makeup on, when I go to cleanse my face at night, I will just take that opportunity when I still have like soap and something really slippery on my skin, and I will just get in there and massage the absolute shit out of my face. It feels so good. It's great for lymphatic drainage. It's great for improving circulation to the skin. And not only that, it's very relaxing. You'd be surprised how much tension we keep in our faces and in our scalps. I had a hairstylist in Vegas tell me that one time, because every time she would like massage my head, yeah. Every time she would massage my head when she would shampoo it, it was like, basically I would purr. And she told me, she was like, you'd be shocked how much people keep just tension. Wow, what did I do to my hair? People just keep tension like all in their scalp and in their cranium and their neck. And like, if you can learn how to give yourself a good facial massage, you will be surprised how much tension you're keeping. Unless you're not surprised at all like me, and you know very well that's where you keep all your stresses in your face. But bonus points if you learn how to give yourself a good scalp massage. This is something you can do in the shower when you're washing your hair. Just get in there and love on yourself a little bit. Like, we've got the time. Things are crazy a little bit out there, and the name of the game right now for all of us needs to be finding some balance and maintaining our composure and staying optimistic and decompressing to the best of our ability. Facial massage, scalp massage, all that good stuff. Great place to start. 4, check out some live streams. Lots of people, not just people in the beauty industry, are doing lives. Like my Instagram stories, like if I look at the top of it, you know how there's little circles and it's everyone's stories, it's all lives. Everybody's doing lives right now. People are really trying to connect in a super meaningful way, which I think is so awesome right now. I think it's a big testament to how we can sit here and poo-poo on the internet and social media all day and twice on Sunday, but when it really counts and it really matters, it's such an awesome, beautiful thing. And not to mention, there's tons of people who are professionals, well-respected professionals who are doing lives and other free coursework around beauty right now, which is a great time and a great chance to educate yourself from people who know what they're talking about. I know Ray Morris is doing something. I know Sonia Rosselli is doing something. Look around. You will find some incredible resources out there right now all around beauty, and I think it's a really, really cool, beautiful thing. Definitely check it out. Speaking of live streams, on my Patreon, as usual, there will be live streams for the month of March that are already planned and scheduled and owed to my patrons, but on top of that, I think for the duration of this quarantine or self-isolation, I never know if I'm using either one of those terms correctly, but you know what I mean. I will be doing as many live streams as humanly possible. Now, I will try to do some on YouTube and potentially on my Facebook group. The thing is, I feel like they're just going to be really rowdy and hard to like keep up with and enjoy. And what I love about doing them on Patreon is it's like 20 of us in there. So it's so easy to communicate with each other and talk, and I love them so much. So if you are feeling squirrely and want to come hang out on Patreon, now would be a good time to do so, because the majority of the live streams that will be happening during this quarantine / self-isolation period will be available to everybody. Usually it's only to the $5 and $7 tiers, but they will be available to even the $3. Everyone can come. We'll come up with some cool topics. It'll be a lot of fun. Come check me out if you feel like it. So another way to enjoy beauty while you are on quarantine is to expand your perception of what beauty is and focus on those things. So what I mean by that is it's going to be really easy for a lot of us to kind of divulge into less than desirable habits. So that could be eating junk food, not getting enough exercise. Like I say it all the time, your health and your beauty are inextricably linked. So now's a good time to maybe cultivate some good habits if you can do so. My gym is closed. All the gyms around here are done. There's no way I can go work out anymore, and I have to work out. Like, it is something I do for me that brings peace to me. It calms me down. It soothes me. It de-stresses me. Stress is terrible for your beauty routine as a whole. It's so bad for you. So I've actually been doing yoga classes on YouTube for the past few days with my husband, and I didn't think I would enjoy them as much as I do a full-blown like in-person studio experience, but there's been no difference for me. I've been getting a great workout. I'm keeping some sort of consistency in my daily life amidst all this craziness, which I think is crucial because it's going to be so easy to get caught up in the fear and the panic that comes along with this. But to make this easier on yourself, I would highly recommend trying to keep some elements of your usual routine intact just to ground yourself. And that also includes working out. Working out is good for you in every way. It's extremely good for stress. And like I said, I'm sure times are very stressful for lots of us. And get outside if you can on top of that. Like, clearly we're supposed to be trying to maintain social distance, but your front yard, things like that should be totally fine. You need vitamin D. We have to find ways to stay positive. Otherwise, this already unfortunate situation we're in is going to just be so much worse and so much more unnecessarily. So much worse, unnecessarily, so much more unnecessary. You know what I'm trying to say. Focus your beauty routine as a part of your everyday lifestyle. You have the time now, ostensibly. Try to eat as much fresh fruits and vegetables as you can. I know grocery shopping isn't easy now, but do what you can do. Try to start focusing on like meditating if you can. This is a great time to develop good habits that otherwise your schedule might not allow you to implement. So this is a good time for that. Meditation, working out. Once again, YouTube is a great resource for tons of free content around working out. Try to eat healthy, balanced meals to the best of your ability. All of this is part of your beauty routine, even though it's not the most fun, glamorous aspect of it for everyone. But not only will you feel better, it's gonna make the time go by faster, and you will walk out of this thing looking pretty good, I gotta say. So that's another thing you can do to make the time in quarantine a little less awful. I am really going to quickly say something about online shopping. Online shopping is going to be very tempting right now, but I don't know if now is the time to do that. So many people are going to be facing horrible financial hardship in light of what's going on. So try not to allow online shopping to be the thing you revert to cope through all of this. I'm not saying don't pick up anything for yourself. Like, obviously, if you really want to do something, I'm the last person to try to stop you. But don't go gently into that good night. Like, really keep in mind that we don't know the overall impact this is going to have on us. So better safe than sorry. Pick up a couple of things, but just don't use this as an opportunity to go banana sandwich. It's probably not the wisest thing to do. The last thing you can do on my list to have fun with beauty is to find some really good bingeable beauty content. And I'm about to hit you with a lot of it. I don't know how many of you guys enjoy beauty related podcasts, but I'm a podcast freak. I love them. I listen to podcasts about everything from true crime to history to sociology to beauty. Like, I love them. A couple of my favorites. Definitely check out Fat Mascara. This is an OG, really good one. This one is run by two beauty editors, and they kind of bring like I don't want to say like a level of sophistication to it, but kind of, because they're talking about beauty news, beauty releases as it pertains to like the industry, as opposed to the social media sphere that some of us tend to live in. Like, we think that the whole world knows who Morphe and Jaclyn Hill and Manny MUA are, and like, not the case. Some people are really just in this for the beauty. And that's a great thing to get from Fat Mascara. They have done interviews with Christopher Buckle, who's one of my favorite makeup artists. That was such a good episode. There's one with Mario Dedivanovic. They do interviews with dermatologists, skincare experts, hair experts, you name it. If someone is hot in beauty, Fat Mascara has talked to them. It's such a good bingeable listen. Also, the Beauty Brains podcast. This one is for people who really like to talk about the scientific aspect of beauty. So really getting into ingredients, formulations, understanding the relationship between product and skin. It's so cool, really, really geeky if you're into that kind of thing. There's another one that I love called So Retrograde. This one's more of a wellness podcast, but to me, wellness and beauty go hand in hand. So definitely check that one out if you're into astrology, tarot, feng shui, manifesting. They talk about skincare on there too. They talk about healthy eating. There's a little bit of everything in there for everyone. I recently found well, it's not a new podcast. The podcast is actually called You Must Remember This. This podcast is actually, from what I understand, mostly about like old Hollywood, which is really cool to me on the one hand. But they've recently been doing a series called Make Me Over, and it talks about the relationship between the beauty industry and old Hollywood, which is so fascinating to me because I've always been really interested in the way that media and media and the beauty industry as a whole like come together and how they feed off of each other, sometimes for the better and sometimes for the worse. So to hear kind of where this all started. I'm kind of a geek about like beauty history. I find it fascinating. So I would definitely recommend checking that one out. I'm still pretty early into that part, I'm still pretty early into that series of that podcast, but so far I've really been enjoying it. So another great type of bingeable beauty content you can get your hands on is books. There's tons of great beauty books out there. I really like to read ones about skin personally. I know there's great makeup related books out there by Kevin Aucoin and Bobbi Brown, but I really like to read about skin. So I'm reading 2 right now, but I've read several. The first one is The Best Skin of Your Life Starts Here, Busting Beauty Myths So You Know What to Use and Why by Paula Biguan. I'm sorry if I'm saying her name. Paula runs Paula's Choice. If you know anything about the skincare line, it's a great skincare line. She actually has another feature on her website, paulaschoice.com, where you can check out skincare ingredients. You can literally type in any ingredient on the back of a product that you own, and you can find out exactly what it is and what it does, and if it's a good, bad, average, or very good ingredient. That's another great thing you can do during this time. Learn about ingredient decks. It's such an important aspect of beauty purchasing that we don't really consider. It's how you will actually figure out if products that you're buying are worth the money, and it will help you be able to find dupes a lot quicker. So definitely check out that book by Paula. I'm also reading a book called The Skincare Bible by Anjali Mato. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing everybody's name wrong. It's a really, really good book as well. The thing I like about this one so far versus the Paula one, which I do love Paula's book as well, because Paula's book talks a lot about skincare routines and ingredients. This book so far, The Skincare Bible, has been a lot about understanding how the skin works, which I really enjoy a lot. Another really good book is called The Skincare Cleanse by Adina Gregori. This book talks a lot about natural skincare. So if you're someone who wants to learn to do more DIY things or really have a very minimal natural skincare routine, that's a great one as well. Also, a book called Eat Pretty, which I read a couple of years ago, talks a lot about the relationship between food and skin. And that's something I'm very passionate about on my channel as well, as eating and living a lifestyle that is conducive to healthy, not only just like your health in general, but healthy skin. It's a big advantage of taking care of yourself. Your skin automatically looks a million times better. Also, Facebook groups are an awesome place to be right now. I know some people want to avoid Facebook like the plague, no pun intended, and I totally get it. But there are some pretty good Facebook groups out there. Mine's not too shabby if I do say so myself, which I will link it down below. But I also really love the In My Kit Facebook group. This one is run by Kevin James Bennett, who, depending on your relationship with social media, might be a prince or a demon to you in the beauty industry. But to me, I love him. I think he's no nonsense. He's been in the business for a long time, and he is to be respected. And the people in that group are not social media stans. So don't go in there if you're going to get offended, if people don't support the social media figures and brands that we tend to give a lot of credit and weight to here on like YouTube and Instagram. This is a place of learning. It's typically used for people who are professionals in the industry. It talks a lot about makeup kits. It talks a lot about how to get the most out of products, mixing professional grade products. It's so informative. If you have any interest in getting into the beauty industry professionally, definitely check it out. But even if you're not, and you are willing to learn about things that maybe social media doesn't promote as much, it's a good place to hang out. Caroline Hirons, I don't know if I'm saying her name right or not. She has a great YouTube channel here as well. Super informative, OG skincare expert. And she has a really great Facebook group also, which I will definitely leave down below also. I'm also going to leave some of my favorite beauty accounts down below. There will be Instagram accounts down there to follow, as well as YouTube channels I have been enjoying lately that are smaller. Or I think they're smaller. I don't know. You guys may or may not have heard of these people, but just some different types of content out there besides the normal things we see all the time. And I'm actually working on a video to come out in the next little while about like how to fall back in love with beauty YouTube, how to get the most out of a tutorial, things like that, how to enjoy social media with beauty again. I'm trying to work out the title, so if you have any ideas, let me know. But some of my favorite accounts will also be listed down below. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just a quick little something I wanted to put up for you guys to help you if you're really struggling with this self-isolation, quarantine. Which one is it? What am I supposed to call it, you guys? I don't want to be on these streets looking really ridiculous calling it the wrong thing, but as always, thank you so much, patrons. March content is really taking its sweet time getting rolled out this month, but it should be out in the next few days. We have a true crime and makeup time. And initially, the other video that was going to come out was going to be a skincare reacting video, but I have something else up my sleeve. It's going to be a little bit of a surprise. We shall see. Also, lots of live streams, as I said before. It's just a great community to come hang out with it. Hang out in. Whatever, you guys. Other than that, I truly hope you guys are staying safe. I hope that everything is going well in your part of the world, and I'm really looking forward to when this is all over. But I think the only way that it's going to be manageable or something that we can really benefit from is if we choose to allow it to be so. So hopefully we can all have a good attitude about this and make the right choices for the sake of ourselves and others. But other than that, I hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing day. Check the down bar for links to all my social media platforms. Did I already say that? I don't know. And I will catch you in the next one.